All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the JK But Gay Show. We are really excited today because we have a special guest with us. For us, Tejano music and the Tejano culture is a big part of who we are. So we thought it was important today to bring an actual Tejano singer here. So, hi, Eric. How are you?
Hi, I'm great.
Do you prefer Eric Lee or Eric?
You could call me Eric since we know each other now.
Got it. But y'all call him Eric Lee.
Yes.
Eric Lee for y'all.
Well, it's my stage name, but it really is. It's my middle name, so it's Eric Lee.
Okay. You didn't choose some random name.
No. That's my actual name.
That's your government name?
Yeah, that's my government name. Yes. So, but thank you so much, guys, for having me.
We're so excited.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're excited for you to be here. For us, the Tejano music is a part of our childhood. It was a part of our growing up. It's a part of our identity. I talk about it in the first season. How I consider myself Tejano. I don't consider myself sort of like Mexican or American or Latino. I am all of those things.
Yeah.
But I consider myself Tejano, so we wanted to have you here. You were on our list to be like, let's have someone actually talk about this. And then also having you be a part of the community, all of the above. So just to start, how did you get into Tejano music? What's your background in the music itself or the culture as well?
Okay, so I always say this. I didn't choose to sing Tejano. Tejano chose me.
Okay.
Sounds so corny, but I'm going to be completely honest. My dad and my grandpa and my great-grandpa, all of them come from music. My dad is in a band called Los Desperados. If you're familiar with Tejano music, you
If
might
you've
know.
been awake at all.
Right. Not living under a rock.
So my dad is Lee Villarreal, and then they're all a band. They're all the brothers, and they asked me for so long to try to sing with them, and I just never wanted to because I always said I wanted to be a pop star.
Yeah.
And I just went so against being a Tejano. I really, really did. Just because it was so in my face all the time. I mean, sleeping at the gigs and all that kind of stuff and hearing them all the time practice. So I just really shied away. Also had an identity crisis. Obviously, we know what that's like being gay and trying to figure everything out. So what ended up happening is about 22 or 23, I finally said okay, let's do this Tejano thing. Asked my dad if I can sing with him. He's like, okay, well, let's see what you got. Right then and there, he pulled out his bajo and he's like, sing. I think we sang Cuatro Caminos.
What year was that?
Just 2023? 2022?
No.
No.
He was 20.
I was
You
22.
were 22. Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. 22 or 23. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But anyways, he decided to pull it out. He told me to sing. And I was like, okay. So I sang, and he stopped me within the first sentence. It was like, no, we have the house, and it goes in this circle. He's like, take a lap. And that became a thing when we were rehearsing. If I would mess up on the line or the melody, he'd be like, nope, stop, go take a lap, think about it, sing about it. So that's just kind of how I started. Then he was like, all right. He straight up pushed me into the water. It was like, all right, you learned this song. And then he's like, let's go to, I don't know what gig it was. I think it was like a church festival.
Okay.
And then he was like, all right, I'm going to bring up my son, blah, blah, blah. And they start playing the song. I didn't even know when I was going to go. My parents would just push me in at any time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck? So I just go on stage. I sing the song. It was absolutely terrible. It was so bad. It was so bad.
I hate it.
No. It was so bad. And then I was like, okay, we got to redo this. So we practiced again, right? So then the next time he called me up again, and I'm sitting in the crowd with my mom, and then they just start playing the song, and then they just look at me like, are you going to sing it or not?
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just okay. And I'm like, where I was sitting and where the stage was, I was like, guys, okay, grand entrance, just play the song for me. Okay, I'm coming. Then I sang the song a lot more comfortable. I was already singing it so long during practice. I already got the stage fright out, and then I went on and I finally sang, and I was like, okay, you kind of ate that. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of how I kind of got my start for everything. And then it just continued from there. And then what ended up happening is I think I was 2 weeks in, and they were like, okay, we have this song. We need you to sing. We need to get a Desperado song, but you sing the lead. And I was like, okay. And I was ready for my moment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. So then I was like, well, what song are we gonna be writing? They're like, oh no, we're gonna do this old song. And I was like, oh.
That's so Tejano though.
Okay, no, I know. No. I understand. At that time, remember, again, I come from wanting to be the pop star. I was ready for this cumbia. They're like, no, we're gonna do this ranchera. I was like, all right, girl, let's do that. Yeah. So my dad sent to my Uncle Mike the song of what song he thought. It's called No Volveré. And then what ended up happening is I was at the house. We were practicing, and he calls my Uncle Mike over, and I kid you not. So No Volveré is a very, very slow, like mariachi style song.
Yeah.
There's all these different variations of it, but I got to watch. So I always say I'm not a musician. I'm a performer, and I'm a vocalist, and that's as far as it goes. I'm not a musician at all. My uncle and dad are such musicians that I got to watch them compose exactly how they wanted to arrange the song in front of me. They literally just started playing and they figured it out. My Uncle Mike started it, my dad followed, and the song was birthed. I kid you not. That was like a Monday or Tuesday. We practiced it that weekend on the road. The next week on a Tuesday, they wanted to record. No, sorry. The next week on a Thursday, they wanted to record. And I was like, okay, cool, we'll record. I'm ready. We burnt the song out. And then I got sick that morning. Oh. And I was like, kind of like a little roto, right?
You're bronca?
I was a little bit, yeah. And so my Uncle Mike was like, you know what, we'll just save it. We'll sing it for another day. And I was like, no, I could do it. So I just like didn't psych myself out that I didn't sing it, that I didn't feel good. Went into the booth. So I'm very proud of this moment. I sang that song from beginning to end. One more time. I said 2 words wrong. We fixed those words, and that was it. I was in the booth for 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
We fixed the song, composed the song, polished it, everything. And then the next morning we went on to radio, and it was released to the radio stations.
Sometimes those are the best moments.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of Selena songs. On the topic of Selena, though, as we all like sort of love her. That's actually why we're without a voice today. We went to Selena party last night. We thought we were a vocalist like you, but we weren't.
Right. We thought we were performing and giving
but
but y'all were performing.
Right. We were just singing it from our throat.
Right.
And now we're here.
Right.
Like,
now we're here doing this. But a lot of her songs, they're I'm trying to think of one in general. Like Siempre Hace Frío. You heard that song from Selena? It's like so she making sure. But I don't know if you know, but she was sick when she was recording that song, and you can hear it.
It's a little rough.
She sounds so different, but it sounds so beautiful because there's just something about a ranchera that has that like needs that deep moment.
The grit.
Yeah, that makes it sound really cool. But I actually I don't know if I told Jake this story, but what year was it when you started with them?
2015.
Okay, I came out in 2016.
Oh shoot!
When I came out in 2016, my brother, who is a huge Tejano fan, was trying to relate to me.
Okay.
And like trying to make me feel good. He's like, guess what? Like the singer from Desperados, his son, he just got his
lying.
song. I swear on my life. He's like, he just got it. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I found out about you.
You're joking.
But the fact that...
And we're just meeting.
The reason why I'm telling you that though...
11 years.
The reason why I'm telling you that though is that like... your presence and you being who you are in the music means something.
Wow.
It means something because like I said, that was 10 years ago for me. And like for my brother to be like, you know what, let me find a moment. Am I making you emotional? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, in a good way,
But my brother was like, I don't know how to relate to him, but I love Tejano music, so let me just find this connection.
Yeah.
And so it's funny because you must have just started because that was 2016.
Yeah, I was in it a year. I think we only had the 2 songs out, but
yeah.
Well, it is nice to meet you.
Know.
Oh my God.
I know.
It made me a little emotional just because sometimes I'm like, who is going to relate to me? And my dad would say like, nobody cares, Eric. You don't need to tell everybody about who you are, what you are. And
that's very old school.
And I don't want anybody to send hate towards the fact that that's how he feels.
Yeah.
He came from a different generation.
Yeah.
But I don't think the one thing that my dad knows a lot of things, but the one thing that he doesn't know is that he relates to everybody naturally. He's a commercial look and he's a commercial man, right? We're a niche, right? Yeah. We are a little bit of a niche. So it means a lot that I even resonated with you or that connection could happen.
Yeah.
So it feels good.
Yeah, my brother was like, you know what? This is the only connection I can make to him. He's trying, you know, when you come out, they try to figure out like how am I supposed to act around you when they're just supposed to act normal, right?
Yeah, just act regular.
But when, at the moment he was like, you know what? This is what I know. Here you go. Here's what I know about that. So, but that also tells me that you never hid who you were when you first started doing that, right?
No, that was one thing that was kind of tooth and nail. Fighting tooth and nail with my dad. He was like, you don't need to tell anybody. You don't need. And I'm like, but here's the thing. We didn't have social media in the 2015 in the same way we have it now, right? I wasn't telling anybody. I'm like yourself. I'm like, I'm wearing these jeans that we have on, and we look the way that we look naturally. Yeah. I feel like he thought I was like saying it so loud, and I'm like, no, I just know already how I look. I'm not gonna pretend. I cannot. Because if I do this, and if people like, I don't want to say like look up, but if they admire what I'm doing, but then if they see that I hide it, that's not fair.
Yeah.
That is not
Yeah.
fair. Not only to
That's
me,
you.
but to
Everybody else,
them.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh
What are
wait,
we teaching them?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're gonna see. The gays know who the gays are. Like,
Oh my God.
we see it.
Clocked it immediately.
I mean, I'm gonna be twirling around the stage, and you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, bro, what's up?" Like, no. So I didn't want anybody to feel like. Oh, then it would become a phony to them, and it'd be like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Then it
Yeah.
would be unrelatable.
Yeah, like
It
you're
would
trying
be-
to hide something.
That would be
Exactly.
Now it's an and. You sing Tejano and you're
And
gay,
I-
but
yes.
if you hit it, it would be you sing Tejano, but you're ashamed of who
Yes,
you are.
exactly.
Right.
And
exactly.
that's the best part about it is
Yeah.
that you never did that. Like I said, I knew that because my brother obviously knew. He follows like on YouTube, right? He's not
Yeah.
like someone who's
You are
like,
healing my inner child by saying this because it was so hard. Like I kid you not, my family was like, you know, they feel that the reason why I'm not in a higher position with my music is because I was open. And I think that it's just the fact that I am building a brand that's completely different and I'm like spoon feeding everybody Tejano pop. Like
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That I built something that not a lot of people are claiming. I claim this. I'm gay and I sing a niche I'm niche by being gay. I'm niche by singing a niche style of music.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to have to feed people. So it's gonna take longer than just anybody who comes in and sings Tejano and they're this dude who starts a band and blah, blah, blah. That's all you have
Right.
to take, right?
Right.
You're
Right.
taking so much more.
Yeah.
Well, and I think maybe they probably saw a lot of people that were a part of the community but did hide it for so many
yes,
years.
and that's what they would always feel is that was what they always felt is like, I should have been like that. I should have not said anything. I should have kept it to
should have hid
myself.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, and they mean it with love because they're come
trying to
from,
protect you.
they-
Yeah.
Yes, but they don't realize doing that's not protecting me. That's kind of what's the word? Sheltering
I was
me.
gonna say sheltering,
Right.
like, almost like hiding,
Like
and
hiding.
putting you
Yes, and I'm like
back in the closet.
the thing that back, and
Yeah.
I was already out. So
Yeah.
if I started at 23, 24, I was out since I was 20 already at that time.
Okay.
So why would I go backwards
Right.
and go back in just because I want to sing? That's ridiculous.
but something that
Yeah.
y'all are asking me to do. So if you're gonna
Yeah,
ask me to do this, I'm not going back in the closet.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you told me to do this, and now I can't be me, girl.
Yeah.
But I also don't. When people see this part, I don't want people to think that I have a negative relationship. I have a beautiful
Yeah.
relationship with my family.
Yeah.
They just come from a lens that they have. I have a lens for myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I feel like if I just truly. I cannot not be me. I have
Yeah.
to be me
Yeah.
because I feel like that's got me here.
Yeah.
So-
That's so beautiful. And also, like, I really appreciate that because as far as like for us, like that is something that we've talked about, especially with our families. Like I've had trials and tribulations. We've all had trials and tribulations, especially as it relates to our family. But like they're both teaching us. They're teaching us as much as we're teaching them. I think.
Exactly,
Like
yes.
as far as like, yeah, you want, like you said, you want me to do this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. But
let me do it a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
do
my
it
way.
how I want to do it.
Yeah, I'm already kind of doing something I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I did want to do it. I just wanted to do it in a different way. I
Yeah.
found the avenue with my dad. Let's do this. And I'm glad that I did it because in a way I did listen to them, but I had to still stay true to myself. And
For sure.
here we are. We have original music. We're
Yeah.
on our own. We're on a podcast.
Yeah, you're getting here to talk about your identity.
I know. So
know.
excited.
And you're like, I mean, your family is like the Tejano royalty. Like they're
Yeah.
actually,
They
like,
are. Yeah,
but
no, they
us.
are. Yeah.
Oh, for
are.
sure.
They're
Yes.
still selling out. Like,
Yeah,
they're still doing their
they're
thing.
they're doing their thing. My dad had 2 gigs yesterday. He had a gig, and we were gonna celebrate for his birthday. And while we were at, eating, he was like, "Oh, they just text me that they want me to sing tonight again." Like he just got off, went to go eat with us, and they were like, "We have an opening. Y'all want to go?" He got all the guys are like, "Yeah," and then boom, he went back to the house. He laid on the sofa for 15 minutes, changed his shirt, put on his hat or cap, and then he went to go do. I mean, they are like, I will say, like, I don't care what anybody says. My dad and my uncles, they are the like. They're still doing their thing, and they're so branded in Los Desperados that yes, some people will say, "Oh, they're just doing this same show all the time." Girl, if it sells out, it sells out.
We still listen to that music.
Like hello,
Right.
like y'all still put the song on. Why
Yeah.
would they not play it?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm curious, like from your back, like going back, even before like growing up and everything. Who were your favorite Tejano artists outside of your family? Like who else raised you?
Okay.
In this
so
realm?
what's funny is that like my dad back when I was younger, I hated hearing my parents. I like it's just because I heard it so much. Like, but I now with a different mindset want to say that like I see how they built their status and who they are. I completely get it now. I appreciate it in a different way. It just was so in my ear as a kid that it was just like, oh, I don't want to hear it anymore. But that's neither here or there. But who raised me? I actually wasn't really raised by a lot of Tejano artists as my inspiration. You obviously are gonna have Selena, right? I don't really talk about it too much because it gets to the point where like everybody's inspiration is that, and then you have a lot of the females that they want to emulate that, and then I just feel like she's close to me in a way of like she kind of taught me how to twirl around the stage. But I keep that to myself. Like, well, obviously I'm talking about it now, but like I don't like that's not.
It's not your first thing you say.
No, because it's already been said. But I relate to her in a way that none of these other artists really can. Is like the way that Abraham was. I literally have that as my father.
You have your own Abraham?
The exact same thing. I mean, he doesn't. There are actually a lot of like, but like my dad's a lot nicer. I mean, but.
Your dad actually has the experience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When Selena's dad did, he was in a little band. But he wasn't in the Desperado.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just 100%. But I feel like
get so much hate for that.
No, you're not. No. Because again, you gotta also look at status of like Selena was able to make them business people. Where like my dad is still he's able to do his thing. It's different plates on a platter. Okay. But Tejano wasn't really my thing. We have her. She's near and dear to my heart in a way that I don't like to say too much about, right? But when it comes to like who raised me, as far like you had Ricky Martin, who like that's what I wanted to be just like that. As far as personality goes and humbleness goes, Dolly Parton is a big. I'm obsessed with her. That's like my goddess. I literally love her. So I have like a whole thing of all of her stuff. I have her book. Yeah, because she's taught me how to like not just be an artist, but how to be a person and how to be the artist and the person. And like a lot of the times, like for instance, I was gonna show up today, the hat and everything, but I was like, well, I don't want to be too. Like stuck, right? But she also taught me something like every time I go out, even if it's to the bars, I'm done up. Because if anybody meets me that does know me, which I'm not saying, oh, I'm super famous. No. I'm known in the community, right? For sure. I want people to meet me, and if they want to meet me, I want them to see me for like what they see, right? She's taught me a lot of those things. She's taught me to be humble. Remember where you come from. Love your parents, your mom and your dad. She talks about the struggles she had with her parents, but she still loves them to this day. I have the same kind of thing. So she was big for me. Musically, it's completely jumbled. I'm talking like 90s pop, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, NSYNC. That was all I listened to.
Like pure pop.
Pure pop with country. Then you had the Reba, the Dolly, the George, the Alan Jackson. Like, so I was literally a juxtaposition of both those styles, which is why I think like me having my own style of Tejano pop makes complete sense, right? Because I've always listened to both of those worlds, and now like I kind of am creating my own worlds. So.
I love that. Do you have a favorite Tejano song actually?
No Volveré by Eric Lee.
Besides yours,
if I have my favorite Tejano song ever, probably would be Tragos Amargos. It's just a solid classic. Ramon Ayala. I mean, you're gonna hear it no matter where you hear it, at the quince, the backyard, or at fiesta. You're gonna sing along. You might shed a tear if you're drunk enough. You know. Right, so Tragos Amargos is like up there.
What about you, Jake?
I think mine probably Lágrimas.
Okay, Lágrimas is good.
There's something about like the start of the song. When it like the keyboard.
The music.
Keyboard. I don't even know what it's
It's in Selena. It's in the number one.
Yes. When they're on the bus. And I think I always like think about that like. Just like imagining like waking up in the morning, you smell the fabuloso, and then like it's like, all right, we're gonna start. We're gonna start today.
Okay, but Lágrimas is good.
It's just like that feeling of like, oh, how do I get? My dad has since passed, but he was a huge Tejano.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But I think I continue to have this love for Tejano still, specifically for him. Like I was listening to Tejano recently, and I was like crying because
it makes you go back.
It's definitely that. But that's definitely for me.
What about you?
Mine might be controversial.
Okay, just say it. Might as well.
It's only controversial because of
the singer,
who the singer is. But Vuelvo from Grupo Más is my favorite. It's my favorite Tejano song.
I don't think I've heard that.
I don't know
if I wasn't Ronco, I would sing it for you.
Wait, what song?
Vuelvo.
By who?
By Grupo Más.
Oh, because of ¿cómo se llama?
Yeah, Joe Lopez.
Oh, you're saying because of him. I mean, you can take what he did out. His vocals are
right. Right.
He's saying,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to
Say
play,
it.
when I play that song, you're gonna be like, of course.
maybe
I know this
I've
song.
heard it. Maybe I just don't know the name.
You're gonna be, of course I heard that song.
Same.
That one, I'm about to geek out now.
Yeah,
I like,
geek out. Come
I
on,
like
let's
a
do it.
lot of Selena's Tejano songs.
Okay, but let's take hers out because everybody knows we're gonna bitty bitty bum bum the house down.
No, but I don't consider Bitty Bam Bam like
Okay,
a
then
Tejano
tell
song.
me. Then tell me which one.
Probably Si La Quieres a little bit.
Okay.
Ya
Okay.
Ves,
Oh,
too.
Ya Ves is
yeah.
my favorite. Why am I yelling? Sorry.
No, you're
I'm
good.
excited.
You're
I'm an
good.
adult. I should calm down.
You're good, yeah. Cobarde, I love too. So like, I
Ooh,
love when she's
Cobarde.
saying like real Tejano songs,
Yes,
like with
okay.
that sort of Tejano song. But yeah, songs like that. I'm a huge Tejano fan too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something else. I used to
actually
like
trying to
Grupo
think of-
Fama a lot too. Fama, I just like them
Okay,
a lot too.
yeah.
Controversy there too. With their lead singer, no? Are you not?
I'm not in the loop.
Oh, okay,
I'm not
okay.
in the loop.
Yeah.
I can't even think of any songs, but like I love like Ram Herrera, Jay Perez.
Okay.
Like
You
more
saw
the
Ram,
local.
right? You went to a Ram concert with your mom?
I did. Oh my gosh, yeah. My mom.
a huge Tejano fan, too.
My mom, huge Tejano fan, which I'm
All
like,
of
it's
all of our
funny
parents
because
are.
she.
Wow. Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's funny because like
I'm in the right room right now.
Yes.
It's funny because like I call my mom a coconut, which I have to speak on.
You
like
called your mom what?
coconut,
Oh, coconut. Oh,
just like your song.
Oh my God.
Like that's definitely me.
Not just
I'm
like the song. We did our background research.
I love that.
No, but honestly, when I heard it, I was like, oh my, this is me. It's me. It's my mom. My dad was like fluent in Spanish, but my mom is very much like she doesn't speak Spanish. I speak more Spanish than her, and then like, but recently she asked me because she was going to go do this senior event thing with at. I forgot where actually. Oh, Shrine Auditorium, or Shrine. But she was like, I want to go, but like every time we go, like no one is able to dance with me, and I'm like, I'll go.
Oh, you went with her.
I
Did you have the time of your life?
I did. It was
I
very
bet.
sentimental, just because like
Yeah.
my dad.
You were your dad's role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was my dad's role, so like that makes me sentimental.
And then you're spending time with your mom too. Like you get
And
to
I
have that
am.
moment.
Yeah. And with
Because
her
I'm a mama's boy
girlfriend.
too, so that
I'm a
resonates.
mama's boy through.
All of us.
I'm more of a
I'm
mama's
not-
boy.
He is more. I'm more. I was daddy's princess.
Oh wow!
I still am.
Wow,
But, like,
yeah,
but,
yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, my mom and I, great relationship. But yeah, it was so fun, just like reminiscing and like, 'cause I haven't done it in a long time. And then we went with her friend. It's like her friend didn't have anyone to dance with either, because
So then you dance with her.
so I danced with her as
You're
well.
just twirling
But
the
I was
whole
like,
night.
right?
Do you dance her?
Yes, I do.
You dance on music?
Yes.
It's a very unique style. It's a
Yeah.
very unique.
Oh.
I was taught how to dance that first, and so it's a very unique style. Like
I don't
kinda-
dance it. I don't dance it a lot with other people, but me and my mom have this specific way that we like.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's me
We
and my
just
mom.
know how to
Oh.
do it. We do these silly things, and when she watches, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. We do this like little dip thing. I don't know. It's funny, but yeah, Tejano is interesting because it's like not. People are like, it's just like country. No, it's
No.
not. No,
Absolutely
it's
not.
not. No,
No.
it's not. It is a
No.
totally different thing. The spin timings, you have to be slow with it because like with country, you're really whipping them around, right? And
even like a cumbia, you have to be fast with the spins, but in Tejano you can't. You
you
go
have
off
to
beat.
be, yes,
Yeah.
you have to go a little slow. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I know, and then every couple I think has their thing. Because like even when I was dancing with my mom, I was like, Mom, hold on,
Hold on. You need to
You-
figure out the chemistry.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
where I'm more
And
aligned is with my mom.
I cannot follow. Like I have to.
No.
lead.
We're a leader. She's a leader.
I just suck.
Because
at,
I
like,
try to get him, I dance with them all the time. I'm like, let's go dance. And I'm like,
yes.
Jake.
and I'm like,
I'm
can't-
trying
and I
to
feel
lead
like
you.
it.
Why am I not invited?
Oh, you can't.
You
We're
will
always
now,
we'll
for sure.
thank you.
For
We're always
sure now.
somewhere. We're
Okay,
always
yeah.
somewhere. We were doing that.
But
Let's
it's
be
so-
honest.
Oh,
After
it's
we did
Hello,
that, like-
let's go.
Yes, but like I'll dance with Kendrick, and I'm like, because if I'm dancing with my husband, like I'm leading.
Yes.
But then with him, he's like, I'll lead, and I'm like,
I'm like,
like-
heavy feet. Relax.
Not heavy feet.
Chill out.
girl,
Yeah,
he bullies me all the time.
that's our relationship.
That's
how
gonna
we're
be the
all
name
time.
in your phone. Heavy feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
With like a little bear next to
Yes.
it or something. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. We hope you're enjoying the episode just as much as we love to film it. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on all platforms. We're at JKButGay. You can take a moment to pause this episode right here to go subscribe and follow us. And without further ado, let's get back to the episode.
All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, you like we said in the first segment, we were talking a little bit about how you were always yourself, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
There's a lot of machismo in the world. There is a lot of machismo in the
Tejano
Tejano
music.
culture. How has it been for you? Like, was it the pressure that you were getting from your family, or were you actually feeling it like in the music itself too, and like people reacting to you?
Okay, so the truth is, love you guys. Sorry, but it only came from my parents.
Oh.
The crowd
Oh.
ate me up.
Yeah.
I kid you not, like one of the coolest moments was whenever I was singing with my dad and we would get off stage, the guys would go do their part and like people would want to take pictures and get their autographs signed by them.
Yeah.
I had my own line too.
Yeah.
Like I was separate from the, and like there would be guys who. This is a funny thing.
I was gonna say,
hold on. They're the men with the men with their wives always would come up to me and be like, "Hey, my wife loves you. Yes, take a picture with her." And then they would take a picture. I'm yelling. Sorry.
No,
This is good.
I just get really excited.
No, you're good.
So they would be like, take a picture with her, with her, and I would take a picture, and like, you could tell, I could see it in her eyes. She really doesn't even know who I am. And then they'd be like, okay, babe, now get one with me too, just in case.
Right.
Just in case. It's crazy. But that was just in case. But that was like kind of like the thing that would happen a lot. Like for instance, if there was a lineup in of the bands, right? I always showed up an hour early with my dad, and I would always stay after if I was in the middle or at the end. I mean, you stay back in unless I was on stage till 2:15. We would stay back a little bit. We have to get paid, so we have to be businessmen.
Yeah.
So and I always stayed with my dad because you always have to have the group there because you never know if you gotta. And so
you didn't know that?
No. Yeah, you gotta be
They stay
careful.
after 'cause people won't pay them.
Yeah, people. Yeah, you can't just leave.
They gotta walk. They gotta be like, right
Yeah,
here
where's
before
it at?
before we
Yeah.
walk out.
shit.
Yeah, we would, and then it would be like, here, son, count the rest. That's correct.
Like drag queens.
Yeah, it was
Damn,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't realize that.
it was
Yeah.
crazy. So, but every time if I would get there or stay after, there would be a lot of gentlemen. I don't even want to say, I don't want to put down anybody and accuse anybody of being DL. I'm not saying that.
No.
But what I want to say is that is where I understood, like, I have the impact. I have the.
You do.
I do.
First and
No,
foremost,
I
you
have
do.
the impact of being able to be relatable and likable to
Yep.
all people.
Yep.
Straight
Yeah.
men liked me. They thought it was cool. And it might be like, I'm not trying to say I'm the most macho guy, gay guy ever. There are a lot of guys more like than me.
Yeah.
But I feel like my presence carried enough to where like they felt comfortable. Sometimes they can feel uncomfortable with different types of characters in our gay world.
Right,
Right.
yeah. Right.
That doesn't mean anything bad. But
Right.
what it means is that I understand where I can make them feel comfortable. And I
Yeah.
saw that. My parents were the ones who just had a hard time where they always really thought that it was just, my dad made a comment one time, love you, sorry. But you said, he
Not
said.
you. He's like right in the camera.
But
This is what
you said, no.
on this
but,
day.
but what he said on August 20, no,
Right.
This
what he
time.
said was that he felt that I shot myself in the foot by by being open. And it was tough to hear. Yeah, it's
I'm
a
getting
bit
emotional.
No, I know it was hard to hear.
Yeah.
But that's what he believes.
Yeah.
That's what he believes.
Yeah.
My mom believes that too.
Yeah.
They feel that that's why I'm not. They feel like with the way that my music sounds, how amazing my music is and produced by Gabriel Zavala. Shout out to Gabriel Zavala.
Yes.
They feel like, why are you not higher? But the thing is that I think it's deeper than just the fact that I'm gay. I think it's this whole style that I'm doing. And the fact that I'm still a new artist. When I was singing with the guys, I was that guy who sang with Los Desperados.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I'm on a 4-year journey of Eric Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it seems like a long time in their minds and they feel like I've gotten nowhere. But I mean, I've had a song that went #1 on the radio. Every single I've released has charted on the top 20 of some Tejano countdown. I mean, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
I'm still fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. She's so new. What was that decision like though for you to? I mean, because you could have stayed with the Desperados and made a lot of money and done your thing.
I don't know about a lot of money. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Easier route than
Yeah.
starting from
That's
fresh.
the thing. I was tired of the easy thing. Like, okay,
yeah.
let
You
me
gotta take
give you.
risks.
I want to go ahead and paint out, and this is not in a negative way. So when you watch that, I promise, I love everything you taught me.
Do they watch everything that you do?
They do. They're very supportive.
Oh,
they
I love
love their
that.
son. They just have their idea
get
of
it.
certain
Yeah,
things.
I get it. And they want you to be successful.
Yes, they were
And I
trying to
get
tell
that.
me to make sure I have my 401k. Like they're very,
I get
they're-
it.
and
Oh,
I
yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
it.
I get it. But when I was in the band, let me tell you the run through. I was the roadie. I drove on the way back home after getting off at 2:00 in the morning. There was no
damn.
substances involved. We don't do that in the band.
Yeah.
I had a Celsius or a Red Bull, and I would drive from Dallas all the way back home. And then
Damn.
somebody would drive over there. I drove back. I would help unload. I never helped load in at first. I would help unload. I took my dad's bajo in, my Uncle Mike's accordions because he had 4, and then my uncle PJ had things for the snare and stuff like that. I would help him take those things off. I would help set up. My dad would do sound check. back. He would tell me to go to the front. So I was a roadie and a band member at the same time for 5 years.
Oh,
and,
damn.
And,
Exhausting.
and it wasn't like that I understand, my dad always says, you have to pay your dues. And let me tell you something. For anybody, if anybody says that it just was handed to me or it just was, baby, I'm going to tell you right now, those gentlemen put me together.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, they got me together. They taught me how to act around people, and there were times where I had to pull the reins back, but it was I would get up after being the roadie, we'd set up, I'd go do the sound check, we'd go eat, and then it was time to change. And mind you, we live rugged when we go on the road. We were in the van, we changed outside, we put our shirt on 20 minutes before we went on, we walked in stage, sprayed on some cologne, got up, sang the song. I'm on the side for a little bit, and I'm singing, and I'm waiting till it's my turn. So then whenever it was the songs that I would sing, then I would come up and then I would sing. And then I kid you not, then my dad would whisper in my ear, go give me a beer. Mood. So then I'm like, okay. So then I come back with the bucket and I put the bucket on the stage and I get back up and then I go back on there and I'm singing and then my uncle's mic is like, you're singing too loud, you're singing over me. And I'm like, okay, sorry, so let me pull back. There was always a thing.
Yeah.
But it's because here's the other thing about me is that I came into a chemistry that already happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like shaking. It's making it's like they're not used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though I was there for 5 years, it was a little tough, but doing a lot of those things and hearing a lot of those things, and then if I was performing too hard, then I had another uncle being like, "Oh, you're doing too much. Why are you moving your arms on the beats?" And I'm just like, it was just like,
giving you advice on your performing.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm like, y'all stood there,
Right,
for years. For 20 years, stood there and played the instruments amazingly. But let me have my moment.
Right.
I'm trying to do something fun. I don't know. But I will say this, but then sometimes I look back and I was like, okay, they were kind of right. Yeah, I was doing the most. I was like, okay, let's not drink that many beers anymore. But it was tough, but again, like I said, they got me together. They had a lot of great advice. I had a lot of great memories on the road, which is a segue, I guess. I'm so glad that we're talking about. Like, I want everybody to also know when I have my feelings of what it was like being in the band and that it feels a little tough. Doesn't mean I'm ungrateful. It doesn't mean that it shouldn't have happened.
Right.
Doesn't mean that I'm mad about it. It just meant that I was finally ready to step on the next stepping stone. They provided me one. I was ready for the next one because what was happening is that I was going on 5 years of being with the band. We get signed to a record label. What my Uncle Mike told me was VMB Music Group, by the way. I don't know if they exist anymore. I don't think that they do. Ooh. But oh no, it's not anything.
I thought that was a shade. I was like,
you're like, this is why they don't exist anymore.
No. I don't. Zoom in. Because let me tell you, they were shady. They were shady. I'm not trying to say anything negative about them.
Yeah.
They're wonderful, godly people. And
that's usually how it starts.
And they're very nice to me and they're sweet, right? But what happened was my dad and my uncle, we had this conversation of I was gonna kind of almost, I don't want to say take over. That's never gonna be the thing. Mm-hmm. I was just going to sing so much more. We had a new album. We had 50, I think it was like 15 songs, and I was gonna sing like all the cumbias because I liked doing the cumbias, and that was gonna be my section, and I was gonna perform. I keep forgetting to look at you. Sorry.
No,
and I was like ready for that, and then I was already No Volveré was already gonna be on the track, so I didn't have to re-record that. Anelo was already recorded. I didn't have to record that, and then I wanted a song by Zavala. This was before I started working with him like the way that I am now. And when I said that I wanted to have a cumbia by them, they told me that I had to pay for that out of pocket.
Who said that?
Your family?
No. They were like, no.
Yeah, because now I think about it, I mean, the Desperados is like really like the authentic country.
Tejano.
Like, Tejano like doesn't
Conjunto,
doesn't really veer.
And they don't.
I
But
mean, they have a few guapangos and things like that.
Yes, but that was what I was trying to do. Like, just sneak it in here and there. I wasn't trying to take anything away. All the cumbias that we had were like typical Los Desperados style cumbias.
Yeah.
And but the song that I wanted to do, like,
you're like, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up.
Let me give me a little this, little that. Yes. And what do you call it? I ended up paying for it on my own. We took care of that. We recorded it with Zavala, whatever. It's called Mueve Ese Cuerpo. Oh. Check it out. It's one of my favorite songs that I recorded with them. But then what ended up happening is I think a couple weeks passed, right? And my dad calls me and he's like, hey, son, you want to come over to the studio? And I'm like, oh, yes, I finally get to sing, like go and start recording one of the songs. He's like, I want to play you the album. We're finished.
Oh, it wasn't on there.
No, the song was on there.
Oh.
But they recorded all the songs, and all the songs that I was supposed to sing, my uncle just ended up singing them because the group didn't want me to sing them. They wanted it to be Lee and Mike, which is fine. I get it.
I have sort of a shady question. Why
What?
did they agree to it? Why did they agree to it?
Why did my parents agree?
If y'all had an agreement.
Because they were funding it.
Got it.
Oh,
Yes,
got it. Okay.
yes. It was because it was whenever all of that was originally talked about, this was before the signing.
Got it.
So then after the signing, when my dad told them that that's what they were planning to do, they're like, yeah, but we signed y'all. Because I actually wasn't signed.
Got it.
They were signed.
Got
So,
it.
but I was just in
Got
the
it.
band. Yeah.
Got it.
So it sounds a lot like it doesn't. It
That
sounds
makes
like
sense, though.
yeah. That's what they wanted. We have to give it to them if they're gonna pay and
Yeah.
drop the
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
because they dropped some money for that album. And they're gonna my dad and my uncle. I say parents like if my dad and my uncle are a gay couple, but I call
No,
them
but
my
you were
parents.
raised by the
Yeah, I
band.
was raised by the
Yeah.
band. Yeah, and they were like, they just gave what needed to be given, and I still have respect for that. It was just a face crack for me because I was on the mindset already like I'm on the come up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do more. I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
So then when COVID hit, that's when I was like, you know what? This is my time to figure it out and start working with Zavala. So that I told my dad like, hey, I'm gonna work on this project, and my dad hated that song. He thought it was terrible. He said there's no hook. Mind you, I sing when I recorded Toda la Noche, I say it like 97 times
Yeah.
in the song, and for him to say that there was no hook, but it wasn't that he didn't like the song. I think it was the fact that I was leaving.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do my
He didn't know
own
how to
thing.
say it.
And he also didn't know what was gonna happen. And he was like, my dad, which is true. What my dad said was gonna happen did happen. All the gigs that I'm used to doing wasn't gonna happen. But I was already done doing that venture.
Right.
Yeah.
And yes, I want to sing with them sometimes. And they still try to get me back, but I'm like, I don't want to go back and sing those old songs. I have literally 9 songs.
Yeah.
I want to sing those songs.
Yeah.
I didn't spend all this money on them to
Yeah,
go back
to
and sing
not.
songs from almost 10 years ago. No offense.
How like as far as like the Tejano pop, how did your parents take it when you told them or like?
My dad he is so sweet with being like,
Yeah.
he's just like,
He's also probably seen it. A lot of people have tried it,
Yeah.
over the years. He's probably
Yes.
like, we've been there, done that.
yeah, I think he just, I don't know what his mindset is. Anytime I send him a song, it's always like, that's good. Good job, son. Like that's all you get, and it sounds like, oh my god.
No, it
I
doesn't.
hate that people like. I don't want people to be like, oh my god, his dad's so hard on him. Yes,
No, no,
he
no.
is.
No,
Which Latino dad is it?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, if my songs were bad, my dad would tell me.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
would straight up say. I think whenever he first said that with Toda la Noche, he said that. But then when his friends heard it, and then the band heard it, and then everybody was like, oh my God, this is so good. His
That's when he
perception completely
Yeah.
changed. My dad has a sense of just everything we do has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from. Straight up. He wants everything to be perfect from production to everything. But that's where we differ because I'm like, it is perfect for me.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what I
This is
wanted
me.
it to sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think there's also some machismo built into that because I feel like men in general just emotions aren't there.
no,
sometimes.
they're not.
But that's like, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, for them, that's a push.
Yeah.
Right.
That meant that the song sounded really good and he has nothing to say about it.
No
Yeah.
notes. So it's
Perfect.
like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna take
if
it.
I get no
I'm gonna
notes,
take it.
sometimes he likes to be so the shadiness about me is rubbing off on him.
Oh,
Yes, let me
you're
tell
teaching
you.
him.
Yeah, I'm teaching him real good. Let me show you. With my, I sent him a song one time, and then because of course I work with Gabriel Zavala. Now he's being silly, so don't take this serious. But he was like, "Listen, is that song finished?" I said, "Yes." Why? He's like, "Well, because you have a professional and you have like a producer. Me, the professional, and him." Whatever it is that he's doing. And I was like, oh, Dad.
Yeah.
He was like, it could have a little bit more. And I'm like, more of what?
More
of
of me,
what?
he means.
Yes. He was like, well, I could have went and did the bajo.
Yeah.
Ay,
Oh, he would-
ay, yeah.
You're like, how much are you gonna charge me then?
I'm like, no, he would actually never take a penny from me when it comes to something like that. But he says it because I do think sometimes, I don't mean to exclude him. Things with Zavala just work so differently than when it works with the guys. Like when Zavala says, I can do it at Wednesday at 7, bitch, girl, I
You
am
good?
there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
okay.
We bitches and girls.
Okay. So, bitch, I'm there at 7.
Yeah.
I'm there at 7. Like,
Yeah.
and my dad's got other stuff that he's doing. Sometimes it could
You're
literally
flexible
be
family.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that's pretty much where It is, but my dad loves my music. He thinks that everywhere he goes, I'll get a text message like at 2 a.m. and he'll be like, "Send me your song. I want to show it to so and so." And I'm like, "You could just open up Apple Music, but go off."
Right, right.
But he doesn't know how to use it. He can text and call and take a picture sometimes.
Yeah.
Like so
the streaming error is
yeah, it sure is. So I'll send him the track or whatever through text message, and then he'll be like, "Oh, they loved it."
I have a question though, specifically on Tejano music, because I mean this with no offense whatsoever, but there are a lot of people that feel that Tejano music started to die when Selena did.
Yeah,
right.
It did.
And so for you, what do you think the status of Tejano music is right now?
It's probably going to stay exactly where it's at forever and ever.
Why do you think that?
I believe that because unless younger culture or unless other people try to embrace the new artists, because there are a lot that are actually really good and they want to put a new spin on it. And I believe if they don't give us a chance, that's why it's going to stay. Because with all due respect to all the legends that are out there, eventually there's going to be their last gig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then once that last gig happens for all of them, then it just becomes a genre that no longer exists.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is why I feel like I wanted to create where I have pop sounds to where I don't want to say I'm like Becky G because she's on a different, but like I like that realm that she does where it's still traditional, but it still goes pop, but it still goes back to traditional. That's kind of like the realm I like to stay.
Example.
Like that's where I like to stay in because it allows me to pull from different, a fan base from different areas.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And the reason why I ask that is because I feel like I think of nostalgia when I think of the music, right? And I think about but I'm actually really surprised that no one has really broken out. Like it's not come back.
Except for Grupo Firme.
Okay, Frontera too.
Frontera, sorry, that's what I meant to say.
But what I'm saying though is it like that Frontera sound is a very Tejano sound. And
yes, it is.
It was birthed from the movement that your family set, like in part with the movement they sort of set up, right? And so I'm just really surprised that no one else has really grabbed onto that and realized that. I mean, you and I hear it. We hear it. That's clearly what they're doing.
But nobody's doing. But only the two bands. It's Firme and Frontera, right?
Yeah. Well, Firme is more of like banda a little bit, but they do a lot of that style.
What I'm trying to say is that they're in the pop world.
Yep. Yes.
Meaning because of their performance style. That's the difference of where it.
Which is more your style.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But more entertaining, more crowd engagement.
Yeah.
I watched Frontera. Walk out.
The jumpers.
Maybe they are. But let's take that part out. But what I'm trying to say is one time I watched them, the way that they came on stage and they did it in a way that I'm like, Tejano bands don't do that.
Absolutely
that was
not.
so
Right.
entertaining.
Yeah.
And I think that that's also why they were so to anybody like let's say Sony Music or somebody higher up, to them it was like, oh, that's so different. We're gonna take this niche thing and throw it in everybody's face because they can handle doing it.
Yeah.
But if you were to grab, no offense to this band, Los Musicales, they're not gonna do the same thing.
Right.
They're good. It's a group of younger guys that have a lot of energy and a lot of passion. And again, I understand that their political stand has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Right.
What I just want to say is that I believe that that's why they were able to achieve the success is because in a way they were a different style of Tejano.
Right.
Yeah.
But the sound that they were still pulling.
Is still organic.
Pulling, it was still pulling from that sort of era.
Traditional,
right? And so that's why I've always wondered, and I'm actually surprised that like if you think about like it's like Selena, like no one with that sort of style or more Mexico, but her style was based on Tejano was Grupo Limite. Like they were that's Tejano music that she was doing in the beginning.
Yes.
And so I'm really surprised that no one has come out from that. And even Alicia says like it's coming. Someone's coming from that space, and we're gonna open it up.
I'm right here.
We're here.
I'm right here. I'm already knocking things through.
Yeah. I'm already breaking those doors
I'm already
down.
breaking down those barriers. I think another reason why Selena was able to break through the way she was, it was honestly her style and her look.
Yeah.
And that's going to be one thing that I want to talk about for a small second. Not just Selena's look, but like the problem that I feel Tejano also faces is we don't have sexiness in it.
It's very
We don't have sexiness.
It's very mall
pop.
But it's very like like we know drags, right? You know drag queens, right? You know the drag queens that used to dress like they're like working at the mall.
Yes.
Tejano's very working at the mall.
Yes.
Instead of like let's.
But let me tell
Let's
you also
sparkle it
why.
up.
Let me tell you also what I don't even think it's the clothes. I think it's this.
The face.
Everything.
The face, the body. Because you look at country.
charisma.
Why can country singers that look sexy with their cutoff shirts? It's a shirt from the mall that they cut off the sleeves.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're,
that's true.
you see
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? But they show off their biceps. They have nice modern style hair, or they wear a cap. We don't, in Tejano, we don't have sexy men.
I'm literally like, he's gonna do his shirt.
We don't have sexy.
I was like, Jake, his eyes are up here.
We don't have sexy like that. And I do believe, as much as people may not want to understand it, when it comes to being in the pop world, and I don't mean just pop music, pop means popular, right? And the popular outlook of life.
Yeah.
If you want, you have to look good, smell good, be entertaining. You have to have like, I'm not saying you have to be chiseled beyond, all means, but you have to have a specific look. And I believe that Tejano is slightly lacking that in all realms. There are a few people who do, but it's not to where it's a look that it's like so unique that it's completely branded for them. I mean, I'm still trying to find myself too in that.
Who else? I'm trying to think besides Selena that had that look. I mean, back then. I mean, even back then, there were a lot of other women that had the very unique look. But
were they doing the bra with
But
the
that's
crop?
what I mean.
That's
No
where
one
that's
was.
where
Right.
she was able to be different because her body looked so good that it was like even if she probably didn't sing that good, I bet you anything she would have had the same success because the image sells a lot.
Right, but the vocals are crazy.
No, exactly, which is why it was even more diabolical, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask something that I didn't prepare, but since you told me everything is game, I'm gonna ask you a
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
So, how do you think that your pretty privilege affects the way that you are received in music?
Wow, I don't actually think that really. I don't think it works.
What?
I don't think I have pretty privilege. No.
What?
No, I think I have everything against me. If I'm being 100% honest.
Got it.
I really do think. I don't think I have. If there is, I'm not aware of it. Like it's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, I know I know that it works here. I go in. I'm gonna be honest. I go with everything with a humble mindset. Like I try to look the best that I can for me because I see myself as a product to sell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't go in with like I know what where I have advantages or like I think of myself like oh I know I can get this.
Yeah.
I don't work with anybody that my prettiness would help. I
Yeah.
mean they're all straight men.
Yeah.
So like
This
it
is-
doesn't really do much for me. But
Pretty privilege does affect straight men in a certain way, right? Because if you're easy to look at, sometimes it breaks a barrier where they don't feel like they have to.
They want to
like,
take a picture with you.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
I guess true. I guess maybe there's some of it of just like where, I mean, I will say sometimes it has. I could say where it's worked against me.
Okay.
There are times where like. Sometimes ladies get a little too touchy. Where I'm like, if I were to touch you,
Right.
wouldn't be okay.
Right.
And I understand that my shirt is cupping.
Yeah, you have everything in the right
I
places.
understand it's
Yeah.
all tucked in nicely, and my pads are padding. But but the hand sometimes when you would take a picture would. I'm not joking. I promise.
No, I believe you.
It's more the women. There's no.
They feel like they have-
they feel like they can. But I also
Yeah.
know it comes from the comfort of the fact that I am gay.
This is true,
I get
yeah.
it. And sometimes I'm like, well, look, I look at it this way. I gently guide their hand away. And I don't make myself angry at it because here's the thing: they could easily not like me at all. They could easily not want to, and I understand there are boundaries, but I am strong enough to
It's your
not be.
body.
I'm strong enough to not be that offended
your
by
body.
it. But that's where I feel like sometimes it can work against me because I feel sometimes they just see that.
Yeah.
They don't see this, and they don't see my intelligence with branding something
Yeah.
that's
Right.
not really there.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
I asked that because I think that could be sort of a way in, but it doesn't give you success. It does not. It's not going to give you the success that you talk about. But how? What? On the same topic though, how does someone conquer Eric Lee? What do you like? What do you like?
What's your type?
What's your type?
Okay, so I don't really have a type. I want somebody intelligent, and I want somebody who's going to be very nice and understanding that I have dreams. I have a lot of big dreams and aspirations, and to be understanding that that is what comes with getting to know me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get to know anybody in this current moment. I was with someone for 14 years, and we are no longer together. Yeah. Never talked about that. Actually, no, it's okay. That's why I said it's okay to bring it up.
So everything you just mentioned right now, that seemed like lessons learned.
yeah.
I need someone that is this,
Yeah.
this,
Damn.
and this.
Oh, I guess so. I didn't take it that way. But
14 years of knowing what it feels like. What's
well-
that been like?
What, being with someone for 14 years?
Not being
the
with someone for
post-
14 years.
It feels like this. I never knew how somebody could almost become an alcoholic until that moment.
Yeah.
And I say that
like
I'm
the
being
pain?
I'm being
Yeah.
very
The pain?
I'm being so vulnerable, and I don't mind sharing it. Like, the truth is that I got to a point where, like, yes, I drank before, but I was getting to where, like, I had to make a decision, like, hey, stop.
Yeah.
Now.
Got it. Okay.
It got out of control for me as somebody who I could always turn it on, turn it off. When I would go out to the bars, I would not drink. I don't go out anymore at all because I try to stay away from all of that. But, like, I was, like, sneaking drinks at my house, like, at night at 2 because I couldn't sleep, and I'm, like, taking shots, and I'm like, just to try to go to sleep.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I went to grab it, and I was like, stop.
Yeah.
What were you masking?
The pain of, like, I had somebody there for so long, and, like, yes, we
this was after.
Yes, this is after. This was not during. This was
Got it.
right after the breakup. I was fine for a good while, and then I think reality of, like, everything just fell down, and it was just like I felt so low. I had this new song that I'm working on, and all this kind of, like, photo shoot and video and this and that, and it didn't even feel like enough to make me feel better. And so I was masking that to where my mom got involved and was like, "You need to." But the thing is that we come from the strong Mexican household where I'm like,
Yeah.
Mom,
Yeah.
I'm almost like in a depressed state. And she's like, I didn't raise you to be like this. You can get out of this. And it's like, and it's like, and she comes from
course,
like, she
yeah,
comes
yeah,
from a
she-
place of love because she was always able to get out of everything she's been through. But I'm like, we're different people.
Right.
We
Yeah.
had different
cannot
struggles.
compare.
That's not your reality.
That's not my reality. My life is my life. And so it was a back and forth. But yeah, I'm better now. Everything's good. I feel a lot brighter and lighter. But there was a dark cloud over me for a good while.
You say you don't go out. Why is that?
I don't like to be around the crowd too much anymore at this current moment, because I don't know. I get anxiety now.
Okay. Yeah.
I never used to. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Anybody who's an entertainer, they love the attention. We love to be.
Yeah.
I love that part, but I do think if I were to go out, it just it never ends. Where I'm like, oh my god, I had so much fun.
Okay.
It never ends like that?
It never ends like that. Like, I don't have a bad time.
Yeah.
I just don't have a great time.
Oh, we need to come with us.
I do. I clearly do.
Every night, this morning we woke up and we were like, we all text each other like, we love
that's
you,
so
I love you.
love.
Oh my
Yeah.
I
god.
love you. I'm so grateful that we have each
Well,
other.
so what I will say also is that along with the breakup of that person, I also had a breakup with a lot of friends
Hell
that
yeah.
came with that.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah. The friends that
And
you made along the way.
The friends
That's
that I
a
made
long
along the way
time.
that
Yeah.
were at the house, that we had the RuPaul's Drag Race viewing parties,
Yeah.
all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And when the breakup happened, When the breakup
good, you're
happened,
good.
and I what do you call it? I went into my little hole. I moved back in with my parents, and I didn't really get a lot of. I had a few that checked on me, but nothing felt the same anymore.
Yeah.
They may not have been this way, but because I was so hurt, it felt like if anybody was
Everything.
checking on me, it felt like it was like they were being chismosa. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
like they wanted to
like
know
they
what
just wanted to know, like,
happened.
well, how are you feeling? Like, what are you going through? And
Yeah.
then one time I got a call from somebody with like, because I had a friend that came in from Austin. We hang out. He had an Airbnb, and all of his friends were there. We had actually had a good time, but we were there at the Airbnb,
Yeah.
right? And then when I was telling one of my friends that that's what I was doing, they're like, "Oh, so like, is this person interested in you?" I'm like, "No, it's my friend from Austin. Like
Oh,
like
you
it's
were
like,
saying what I was doing.
I'm
going to be
just
friends.
saying what I'm doing.
Got
I'm
it.
not saying
Got
that I'm
it.
trying to date this person.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
that's so random because they also had met the person. So, anyways, it was just like, oh, that's who it was. But I was like, you're being chismosa. You wanted to see if I was
Right.
like, and I'm like, okay. So it was just like a lot of, along with the breakup with that, I had the breakup with the friends. So now I'm back on track of just being like with myself and by myself and being okay with
Yeah.
everything and being a lot happier. But when I would go out with my friends, I also would remember sometimes I would wake up in the morning and be like, we literally just hop, take shot. We're not even engaging with ourselves and each other. And that would start to like, I love y'all. If y'all watch this, I don't know if y'all will. Y'all don't really pay attention much, I think, but they do. I got to a point where I was like, I love them, and I loved them when we were at the house.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out.
Yeah.
And then we would
And
go out, and
communicating
of
with
course I
one
would
another.
go. Of course I went out, and of course I was taking that shot, and of course it looked like probably like. But in my mind, I was like, because I'm such a brilliant actor. In my mind, I was just like, can we go home? Like, what are we doing? I don't mind sitting and drinking and talking and maybe chill here and then we can move. But it was like, boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And like, it was
got
like,
it.
order a
Okay.
drink. Oh, there's no one here that I like. Okay, let's go.
I asked this because there are a lot of gays that have that reaction to the scene, right? And we don't. But I think
Yeah.
it's because of the dynamic that we've built with each other. But I always ask that question because I'm like, what is it that they're really feeling that they like? I think I said this in our self-care episode, that people associate, a lot of gays associate going out with being like a toxic environment. And I've never associated those two, but that's a really interesting angle.
Yeah,
that you're
mine's
bringing.
not
Yours
toxic.
is not, I know,
No,
yours is
yeah.
not toxic.
No,
It's like,
I love seeing the people. I have a great time. And people love to talk to me. I love to talk to people. I'm a people person. As you can see, I'm a yapper. You are going to see this. But I think mine was more personal, where I felt like I love all my friends, and I'm sure I'm still gonna talk to them. Obviously, I do not have the same kind of connection with them like I used to before. But my thing is that like I just don't like feeling like I'm chasing something. I don't chase anything. I attract everything.
Yeah.
And I felt like everywhere we went, it was to chase the next shot, to chase the next
got it.
restroom.
Oh.
And it was just like.
that might be the reason why we're not in the same situation.
Right.
Yeah. So that I definitely need to go out with y'all.
Yeah, you won't see us in that Pegasus restroom.
Okay,
when
okay.
you're- I'd be like, no, I'd rather die. I'd rather go to
Oh
sleep.
my God! Yeah.
I'd rather go to sleep than be in that restroom.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of
I mean,
course.
even for like me, like your anxiety, I have a lot of anxiety, but like that's it must. I can only imagine as far as like going out and like having what feels like a good time, and then the next morning you're like,
Didn't.
why? What? Like why?
Yeah.
And like I get that way sometimes. Were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just saying I don't know if but you get that way that you drank, not because of the
That is
experience
true.
that we were having.
Absolutely, yeah. So, but first and foremost, thank you for sharing. But like, I can relate on the anxiety aspect a lot, just because like I suffer from anxiety quite often. But I mean, I have meds now, but
I'm like, if anybody's watched any of the episodes, just pick one.
right, everybody knows this way. But yeah, thank you for sharing.
Well,
on
actually,
that
speaking of the
aspect.
anxiety, something that now that you said that triggered, did I realize the person that I was with when we would go out, they were significantly taller than me, and I always hid behind them. And I didn't realize that I did that. I did not realize that till I went out by myself. And I'm like, I felt like, where is my...
What were you hiding behind?
I don't know. I have no
okay,
idea.
okay.
Like I felt like it was, or not that I was hiding. Maybe I just felt like I'm attached.
Okay.
In a positive way, not a negative way. Like I was just like, that was because it was my partner for so long, whatever, all the
Right.
life that we built. But like everywhere we went, I stood behind. And like I also like sometimes if it got overwhelming with the people that would come up, I would like maybe scoop behind him, and we would kind of like kind of block it.
Yeah.
And then there would be times where like, okay, I don't mind giving my energy to people, but then when it's like I'm on like almost 10, 15 minutes and my friends are moving on, like I gotta kind of like, move on from the conversation. And, it's so nice that sometimes I'm like, oh, that was overwhelming. They just gave me their life story about how I helped them and their mom passed away. And it's just like, you know what I mean? So then sometimes I would do the hide behind. And then I would get my energy back. So that's what I also realized the last time I tried to go out. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I hid behind him a lot.
Yeah. You were. And
I can definitely see that.
It's funny
because
because
like I feel like I get that way too almost.
yeah.
Like you feel open and vulnerable. Like, oh my
Yes.
God, nobody's next to me. Or like the person you're supposed to have next to you is not next to you.
yeah.
Very that.
Yeah.
And like I know like when someone has recognized us from the show, and I'm like, thank you. Like I also don't know how to react.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just like,
I
oh
think
my
an
God.
even bigger example is my husband. Like he gets
yeah.
recognized everywhere he goes. My husband
Yeah.
does weather, so
Oh,
like
okay.
when he's young, so he like gets everybody recognizes him in certain places.
Yeah.
Depends where we go, and he gets like that too. But he leaves. He's like, my energy
like,
is
I'm gonna
low.
go
I
home.
gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta
Recharge.
go.
Because I could do it as long as I can, and then once I feel like I'm because that was another thing is that my friends wanted to keep going, right? And I'm like, I just had a meet and greet with people all
Yeah.
night.
Right,
I'm
like,
ready.
y'all were
I
having
want to
fun.
go
Like,
ahead and go home.
I'm overstimulated
Yeah.
here.
Well, I'm glad that you're sort of on your healing process.
Yes.
You're
Thank
like you're still healing. You're like so
Yeah.
you didn't say your type. You said your type, but what would
Physically,
yeah.
I do like somebody who's a little bit, they go to the gym too.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I really don't have a type. I think it would be really cool to find myself a little farm country man. But
Okay.
But that's neither here or there. Like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to date. I really because
I'm just encouraging people to be in your DMs. That's why.
change my mind. But I mean, come on. Is there a country boy out there? Like, I really physically have never really had like, oh, that's my type. I do know that I like them a lot stronger build. I don't care about height. That doesn't bother me. As long as they're clean, they smell good, and they have good manners and are understanding to whatever it is that I'm doing.
Yeah. So let's talk about your music that you have out now. Or music
Okay.
coming.
I have coming out. Yeah.
What's coming? What's coming for
Okay.
you?
And also, like, I'm curious, like, what the trajectory for yourself, and also like, immediate future, and then also like.
Okay,
What's the
goal?
What's the goal?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll start with El Toro, my new song coming out. I always roll the R. My dad's like, it's El Toro.
It's one
I'm like,
R.
I know, but I like to roll the R. I'm dramatic. You built me. I do not know this already. But it's El Toro. It was produced by Gabriel Zavala. All my songs have been produced by Gabriel Zavala. If you don't know who that is and you know Stephanie Montiel, it's her husband. He and I have been working together for a good amount of time. We have great chemistry. This particular song, the reason, well, y'all heard a little piece of it, and if you probably heard a snippet, if you do follow, it does sound a little different, right? But my thing was I wanted to go very masculine. This one I wanted to go very like in your face, but because a lot of the times I feel like as a Tejano singer who's gay, I have to have a juxtaposition. I have to have my music where it sounds strong and aggressive, like if a straight man sang it,
Right.
But it's me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Yes.
I want that
Yep.
juxtaposition of that
Yeah.
because it allows me to have. I want to be commercial as much as possible.
Yeah.
Which is a little tough.
Yeah.
Very much aware of that, but that's my goal. So it's literally about me commanding the stage, like the way that a bull will like buck and spin around in circles all in the rodeo,
Yeah.
like the rodeo. Like that's me on stage. Like I'm in command. No one else controls me.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So it's very simplistic, but it's me taking control of like everything as well that like it's a deeper meaning for me of like everything that life has thrown at me and spun at me and what I'm in control of it all. I am El Toro. So
Part of that is
I love that.
part of that is capitalizing on your masculinity because people like to label gay men as not being masculine, but
Yeah.
a lot of us have so much masculinity.
there's a whole pool of us.
Right,
Yeah.
a whole masculine sort of like feel and things, and we talk about embracing our femininity all the time too. Like
Yeah.
it's just something we do.
Yeah.
But I was gonna
We're
make a
able to
really bad joke, but I was gonna say are you trying to unshoot your foot? With being masculine? So sorry, I had to.
That was so good. That was so good. I like that.
I warned you. Usually,
Yeah, I know.
usually with him, it's
Oh
like, here
my
comes,
God. Oh,
Why
here's
didn't
the
you
dagger.
go? Let's go.
He's a fucking toro over
Here's
there.
I'm the. But well, that's great. So I like the song because I feel like the song is very different than everything else that you've released before. But it also sounds modern. It feels like you're taking a step up. What did that take for you to take that step up?
My mind, the musicality of it does not come from me. I always come up with the concept of the song and what I want the song to be, how I want it to feel. Zavala doesn't do mood boards. I do mood boards. I'm like, I want this, I want this.
boards.
Like I like to,
I love
because
that.
the thing that I can't do, and like I said, I'm not a musician. I'm a vocalist and a performer.
Yeah.
I will perform the heck out of that
Yep.
song.
Yeah.
But I cannot compose, right? That's my family. They can. But then again, that's where I feel like it's such a good dynamic is they
that
can't
balance.
perform. They
Yeah.
can compose. Like so,
Yeah.
but anyways, my thing was I wanted to just have a song that sounded strong. Like I told him, like I want strong. I tell him the name title.
Okay.
I already come up with the name
Oh,
title.
so do you write your lyrics?
No. I just come up with the name
Just
title
like
and
a
the
concept.
and the
Got
story
it,
of the
got
song.
it.
I
That's
tell
where
him
the mood board comes
I
in.
will
Got it.
give him like a 2-page essay on what the song should be, and sometimes he'll grab 2 sentences from it and go,
Yeah.
and that's about it, right?
Yeah.
But he always says like, you know what? What I take pride in and what he's talked about when he works with me is that he's like, he says he loves working with me because he works with other artists that have no idea what they even want the song to be. They're just like, do you have a song for me? Like, what,
Yeah.
you know? And he's like, you come in and you make my brain think and you have this idea of what you want and how you want it to sound, what you want it to say. And I'll send a whole story and like, or I'll make up a story of what I feel. All my songs are conceptualized by me, but written by him.
Got it.
I
got
come
it.
up with
Okay,
every.
okay.
I do come up with every title. I pretty much come up. Well, Tejano Pop, I came up with that one, but the 2KHP, Tu Que Has Perdido, we came up with that together because he wanted to name it Tu Que Has Perdido, but I was like, that's so long. Let's bring it real Bad Bunny style and do the 2KHP. Like,
okay.
so that's. I mean, took
I
inspiration
love
from him on
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and then some people are like all the letter song. What song? I'm like, it just read the letters.
Right.
2KHP. It's not. But that's where I feel like the Tejano will be. They don't realize that they're a little shady gay too. Like, well, the one with all the letters. Oh, no, how about you say the letters?
Or 4 letters.
Yeah, like come on, 2KHP. It's 4 letters. Yeah. But so I wanted to be strong, very independent, going through what I'm going through, wanted to be in command of everything that life is throwing at me, because I believe that as I'm continuing to find my brand and finding my way of presenting myself, I'm learning what's working for me and what's not working for me. And I understand, because I tried a lot of things before. I was really colorful at one time. I had a nose ring that was terrible. I don't know why I did that.
You were a real Toro.
I guess full circle moment. But I had like a sparkly nose ring. I would wear this beanie. I was like in all of these colors. I had the dancers, and it was like the choreography that I was doing was like, I mean, it was really good stuff, but the crowd didn't respond to it till the moment I put my hat on and my boots.
Yeah.
The moment I put my hat on and the boots, and I realized doing less means doing more, because that made them respond to me, and I'm like, aha. Don't do all that. I don't have to yet. Will I want to visit the dancers again and do all that? Yes, because I can. You got this. I got the choreo down. Yeah. But I realized doing less can also mean doing more. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to go this route of being I wanted to be in my masculine era. Yeah. I've been very in my feminine era for so long, and I want to also show people, this is the one thing why I like about the fact that I am a masculine gay man, and the fact that I am stronger in that way, is that there are a lot of men that would come up to me at the gigs and tell me that, and I don't think that there's anything wrong in being any kind of gay that you want to be under the umbrella that we are, right? But for the machismos that need a little bit of help and a little bit of hope because they have a little fairy at their house, they tell me that they're excited and they're happy because they realize that their son doesn't have to be the kind of gay guy that they think about. They can be like you. And that touches me because it connects me with them. I'd rather them feel that way than hate it entirely.
Yeah.
That's
a
you know what I mean?
medium.
You're meeting them where they are.
I'm meeting them in the middle, and I'm a way to, because here's the thing. They're going to see me. It makes them more comfortable than for them. Does that mean that I allowed them to love their son a little bit more now?
Yeah.
And then once their son grows to become whatever that they're going to be, they've already started loving them, that, you know what, no matter what they end up becoming, because I was a segue of them feeling comfortable. Yeah. They are now able to love their son no matter what.
Got it. Well, just for the record, we love fairies here.
We do.
We love fairies here.
There's 3 right here.
We were all there once upon a time. Yes. But you mentioned something. You were like having the masculine persona and being stronger. You associate those two things as being stronger means you're masculine?
No, I think being feminine means being masculine. I'm talking about my image.
Got it.
I believe that if you're able to be in touch with your feminine side, that's actually the most strong thing as a man.
We've had this conversation.
That is literally where we're at, though.
That's what I mean by strong, because that means you are able to feel emotions. You don't tuck them away. You can shed those tears. You wipe them away. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. But when I say masculine, I mean masculine presenting in a way that is commercial, branding, able to resonate with a lot of people. Because I'll tell you what, the ladies like that hat and the Ariat and the boots too. Right. They
don't realize you're spinning.
No, they don't, and they don't care.
You don't see that spin? That is not a straight man.
But they don't care, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want to take you home."
That is not a straight man to spin in.
But you know what? I think that it is so much of a package that I'm doing that I'm realizing this really is a brand. This really is something that there's no one else. Anybody else in Tejano has never been actually out other than Shelly Lattes, but that's a different story.
It was after the success, though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm coming in.
Yeah,
this is who I am.
Who I love. I love her, but I'm just saying it's very different than the little girl. She started as a little girl.
Yes, right. And I believe that that's why I started also later in life, or God, or whatever you want to believe in, the powers that be, wanted me to be out and proud of who I am. Because if I started when my parents told me to start at 9 years old, imagine if I became some super famous star, right? But I'm closeted, and then I have this whole thing. Then there's this whole. I can only imagine what that would have done to me mentally.
You'd be hating your life.
Yes. Yes, and I love my life now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone through some hardships, but I love my life now. And I wouldn't want to not be me because I'm able to, like, one, connect with y'all, Tejanos, that understand it. There are other ones of us, and there is a way to, like, I see this, I'm able to market this. I just need a good marketing team.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, Etoro.
I'm promoting the show right now.
Thank you.
You did your job by showing up. I appreciate it, but thank you so much. When does the song come out?
Got it.
It's gonna be in May.
Okay.
It's gonna be in May.
So when you see this, it'll be ready.
In a couple weeks.
Where can people follow you?
You can follow me on @SoyEricLee on TikTok and Instagram, and on X it's @SoyEricLee_.
Before we get, you got an X?
Yeah.
What kind of X is it?
Just regular. Just regular. Hey, but I use it whatever I can to promote the music. If I can use these to promote it, I'm gonna promote the music.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, hello. Make that coin.
People are out here giving it away for free, so you might as well.
I gotta charge.
Right, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But on that point, though, I almost forgot to even bring up your social media because you're so big on TikTok. It's like a thing for you. But for you, my favorite part of your TikTok is your comment section.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's hard.
I feel like this is also gonna lead into, or this is like our Don't Piss Me Off.
Right.
Like,
So if you've watched our show, we have a segment called Don't Piss Me Off, where we just use our rant. It's where we use our moments to rant. But on that specifically, you actually like clap back at people in your comments.
Yes, I do. But can we all acknowledge that I'm actually not saying anything mean to them?
No, you're just showing them.
So when somebody will say a comment about my appearance, I will click on the photo to see what their appearance is like, and I just screenshot their main profile photo and say, what do you guys think about what Susie has to say? And Miss No 3 hairs on her head, they will let her have it. And honestly, I haven't done it in a while because of the fact that, again, it goes back to my dad having like this idea of like, that's rude.
Leave them alone.
Let them talk.
They're always gonna have their opinion.
But the thing is that I don't look at it like that. I'm an opportunist. Anything can be.
I love that.
I'm an opportunist. Anything can be content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was content.
Yeah,
that got me
content
views.
now.
Yeah, it's
right.
We're talking. So
we're talking about it right now.
That's where I have
Absolutely.
to like kind of definitely like teach my dad.
I'm living in a different age.
Yes, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. There are some people who just don't do it. To me, it's funny. To me, it's like it was another idea of what I had that it could be, because other people do it in different ways of like, let's read my hate comments or stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
That was like my version of that.
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean? Like that's literally all it was.
But what kind of comments do you get? Is it about you being gay?
It's about like, don't like, they'll want to tell somebody not to like me because I bat for the other team, or when they bat for the same team, or people think I'm FTM, which means
that is crazy.
Yes,
for our audience who doesn't know what that means.
that means female to male. So like they will think that I'm a transgendered man, and I don't know where that's coming from. Again, you know what? There are some trans men that are able to really, and again, passing is
and beautiful.
They're handsome, they're everything.
Yeah.
But like, I don't see where I look like that. I think it just comes from hate. And just wanting to say something ugly because you click on the profile and it's blank with no post. So I mean, you really can't do much with that.
Right. It's also really interesting the straight women will do that. They'll say like, ladies, before we just had a conversation, which will now, when people see the episode, it'll be 2 weeks ago with an influencer, and it was something that I said, like I was like wanting to make sure that they were gay before I did it. And I'm like, am I doing the same thing that the straight women are doing?
Like I don't understand why they need to say that or question. Like the video, you like my outfit, you like my hat, just say you like, very nice, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to say, oh, I would like this, but I just know he isn't for me. Girl, I was never for you even if I was straight.
Right.
Like, did you not see what you were?
Even if I was
Did you look at the mirror?
Did you not see, like, the fact that your eyebrows start here? Like, I don't.
You're like, I'm from San Antonio, but not that San
I
Antonio.
know, and I'm like, the confidence is crazy. I mean, because I got confidence, but like, I don't have confidence to say anything negative. I don't comment ugly on anybody's post. Never.
Yeah.
That's so rude. I mean, sometimes I'll be like, hey, is that my husband? Like, I'll be like a little thirsty sometimes. When
Oh,
yeah. Oh, no. Like, I'll be like, if I see
like talking about your husband being with somebody else.
Oh, no. Panda Express. But what I will say is like I'll say something like if there's a handsome guy, I'll be like, babe, when are you coming home? Like, I like to like little funny
joking,
stuff like that.
Thank God I never did that to you.
No, you should have, because I'm home right now.
Because I've done that. And then we had this person on my show, right? And I was like,
No.
I'm hoping you
Oh
never
my
see
God.
this comment.
I'll tell you after this.
Okay,
but,
okay.
They'll know by the time
Yes,
this comes
That's so
out.
funny. I'm probably
But
super.
no, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
You're good. But I like that you sort of engage like that and make
Yes,
content and have
yeah.
like different ways of engaging
I
folks.
also like to show love to the people who showed me love.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like I always comment back. I'll send a heart. If it's a vig, like, oh, you look so handsome, a thank you, heart.
Yeah.
I love engaging with the people because at the end of the day, as corny as it sounds, if it wasn't for the followers and the people who comment, I wouldn't have a platform to promote my
absolutely.
music.
No, we get it.
Yep.
So I love. I mean, yeah, you'll get it for sure.
We're starting to get it. But thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciated it.
Thank you for having me,
thank
guys.
you.
Like I said, it was
We're
a
so
big part of
excited
our
you're here.
identity that we wanted to talk about and wanted to make sure that we had you. So I'm glad that we were able to do this. But
Yeah,
tune
me
in
too.
next week, and we'll make sure you follow and go listen to Eric's music, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.